Hello nerds and virgins, it is I, Mick Doolies, and welcome to the new channel, Mix Martial Arts. It's a shitty name, but well, in today's episode, we're going to have Babu come in, a fighter from the UK, and talk about these Dagestan fighters that are taking over martial arts. And I'll also go in on it. I have a little script written. Well, I want to hear from Babu first, and then I'll put in my piece.
Dagestanis, all they fucking do is fuck each other. They're all fucking cousins. They're all fucking brothers, sisters, fucking aunties, uncles. They fuck each other, fucking give birth to fucking sprogs, and then them fucking sprogs just get taught fucking single legs and double legs for the rest of their fucking life. They don't have any social life. They literally just fucking get taught wrestling and fucking Dagestani cufflocks. Little fucking rats. Yeah, and they also get a fucking easy title run. They get to pick whoever the fuck they want. They don't have to defend at all. They can fucking retire whenever the fuck they want. The only good Dagestani was Zabit. And that's it. All the others can go fucking suck a fat egg, the little inbred bastards. Beat a fucking unranked fucking fighter, gets title shot. What the fuck? What the fuck?
This just in, Mixed Martial Arts reporter Dylan Jones has an exclusive interview on this video with Bryce Mitchell. Here it is.
Man, I think these goddamn Dagestanis get a bad rap, you know. I mean, you know, I'd be lying to the people if I said I haven't fornicated with a cousin or two, you know. Sometimes you just get lonely. You know, wrestling them goddamn bears and, you know, taking care of them goats. It's you know, it can get a little lonely out there. You know, and that Islam guy, you know, his title reign's gonna be lengthy and girthy. You know, we need to sit down. We need to sit down, boys. We need to lube up. Cause it's gonna be a long ride with this guy as a champ. You know, them fellas ain't as bad as they say. They can be boring. But, you know, Islam, he went out there and put a beating on Poirier. That poor girl, did you see that guy's poor little girl? She was looking at her daddy like he just beat up her mama. It was a travesty. So, I mean, we can talk all the shit about these Dagestanis, you know, but they're the real deal, unfortunately, you know. You know, I don't want to be pointing fingers, but, I mean, to be Pacific, you know, that Islam's the real deal. We need to just boot up and get ready for, you know, some ass fuckings from these guys, because that's what's happening.
More breaking news. Ikram Aliskerov, fucking guy who's fought a bunch of cans, another Daggy getting Dagestan privilege, and he's getting to fight Robert Whittaker as a replacement fighter because Khamzat, he's had so much problems with his lungs, I guess, from COVID. That's what I hear. I'm not sure how true it is, but he keeps ending up sick in the hospital. He's been having visa issues too. I mean, it's almost like this guy's career is over before it started. It's really sad. But who the fuck has Ikram fought? They keep saying that these guys, nobody wants to step in against Whittaker. We couldn't find anybody. I call BS. Recently, they were trying that shit where, we're going to have Usman Nurmagomedov, or fucking whatever his name is, Umar. Who gives a fuck? We're going to have another fucking Daggy fight. We're going to have him fight Sandhagen. You have people that can fight Sandhagen. Don't try to BS me. You're just trying to push these guys because you want that god dang oil money. It's fucking sickening. But before we get into that subject, let's talk about the real issue that MMA fans like me from the US, guys from the UK, so on and so forth, Canada, who cares, you know, the rest of the world. It's the Muslim fan base of these Dagestan fighters that really tick us off because they're fanatical. They only watch Muslim fighters, and if they watch any other fighters, they don't give a damn about them. They're fanboys, and they only like these guys because they're Muslim. And if you say anything about, well, I like Islam okay, because this is how we all used to be. I like Islam okay, But I'd really like to see Volk win because I'm a Volk fan. Then they're like, huh, you're a racist. Racist? Muslim is a race? You know how many races are Muslim? It's a religion. It's not racism. And so what if you don't like that religion? So what? You just don't like it. But I always used to be a Habib fan. And then when I seen his fans, I was like, I don't like the guy anymore. And then I started paying attention to the things that he would say. Like when he was saying in one press conference with Conor that, you know, don't talk about his whiskey and me in the same sentence. Like, who the hell are you to tell anybody what to say? You know, they're so pushy with that damn Dookie cult. So I just wanted to go over that briefly. Let's talk about something that is pretty bad. I got a list here, some facts for you guys. So let's get into it. This is about cheating. So the guys are a bunch of cheats and hypocrites. So we might as well talk about both of them because, you know, whatever, who gives a shit? This is a damn, you know, YouTube video. With fucking, this is his first video, bro. There ain't no subs yet. Let's get into it. So Habib, he says this: the Almighty won't approve of my violence. All right, so the Almighty doesn't want you to be violent, and that's part of the Quran, as I've read. And you guys are going in there and fighting, and then you're going to talk about, you know, you shouldn't eat pork and drink whiskey. You know, you're literally taking drugs, taking steroids from a young age. Continuing to do it when you get into the sport and pumping IVs through you and doing all this unnatural stuff that your book says not to do. You're hypocrites. And they're pushy with their dang religion. Like I was saying there, oh Allah, oh, can you keep that in your mosque and off my damn TV? I don't want to see any religious stuff with my fighting. It doesn't, and everybody's religion is against violence and you guys are fighting. So, you know, cut the crap, all right? Here's a quote by Bobby Green. I'm sure you guys have heard this. They train in a mosque for months and USADA can't enter. Islam is suspended for PEDs. Islam said, I thought they were vitamins. So this guy's taking steroids probably when he's 10 damn years old, 9 years old, and taking him up until he's in his 20s, and you don't think he has an unfair advantage? Well, he doesn't take him anymore. Let's say he doesn't take him anymore. Okay, but you know how much training he got in while he was taking them? That is an unfair advantage. Taking steroids since a kid is not fair for the rest of the fighters, who are probably on a little bit of steroids, but just not as much. Here's another one. A bum named Magomedov from Dagestan had got a lifetime ban in 2016 for steroids. It was his third time being caught. This guy's from Habib's camp. I don't want to hear that they don't take steroids. 3 times, bud. You know, Islam's already been caught too. You know, he thought they were vitamins. Oh, I just thought they were vitamins. Alright, dude. Sure you did. So this freaking weirdo, Zabara Turkogov, why does everything got to end with an off? Banned for Osterine. There's another damn one from that camp. Here's another quote from Bobby Green that, you know, makes a lot of sense. Imagine how strong you would be if you fucking took steroids since 10. That's the same thing I said, Bobby. Dude used the IV to hide his roid use. That's what Dan Hooker said. I mean, pretty base, Dan. Usman, you know, him from Bellator, you know, as if you watch Bellator. Who the hell watches Bellator? If you watch Bellator, congratulations, you're a super fan of MMA. I must not be a super fan because those fighters suck. He's beating up cans. You know, I heard somebody defending them in a video I was watching earlier, just laughing like, oh, he's finishing these guys. Yeah, he's finishing Bellator cans. Can we stop? Alright, so he's suspended 6 months for roid use. I mean, he should have been banned from the organization. USADA, you probably don't know this, USADA sends Russians to these guys' camps to test them. So, and you know, half the time they're hiding in the mosque, you know, cowards. But you telling me that the Russians are banned from the Olympics for steroid use because their government pushes. You telling me that a Russian is going in there and drug testing them and they're being honest? No. No, they are not. They're constantly missing weight, and they're sponsored by these terrorists, basically. You know, Ali Abdullah Sleaze is a terrorist as well, the guy that manages all these jerks. But they're sponsored by these terrorist, what do you call dictators. They don't mind 30% of their purse, whatever is being taken. And as Israel Adesanya said to Dana, and you can watch this on camera, you need to take 80% so that the guys start caring about missing weight. I mean, if you're from Dagestan and you miss weight, they should just say, fights off. That's it. Don't let them fight anymore. It's an unfair advantage. You know, they're all these guys are in the lower, not all of them, not Ankalaev, are in the lower weight classes, and they're cutting from 200 freaking pounds to make 155, you know, 170, whatever. It's not fair. I mean, I know that everybody cuts weight, but how many times has Khabib almost died? I mean, come on, he's a weight bully. Look at his freaking lats. If you don't know what lats are, they're the right here on your back, the outer parts of your back. He looks like he could fly with them. They're so huge. He could glide in the air with these giant flappy lats. He's on roids, and he's cutting. I mean, people will say, well, he's only like 5'9", 5'10". Some people are just bigger, wider than others. Look at me, a big cut of man. You think I should be fighting at 155? Hell no. And speaking of Khabib, let's move on to another subject. Their cushy careers. They're getting pushed to the top by Dana for that sweet oil money. He beat Ally Quinta, who is a can bum. He's okay. He will never be champion. This is the guy that he beat to earn the title. And then he finally fights Dustin and Justin and these Connor. Connor wasn't training hard at the time. He was already a rich dude. You know, he didn't care about fighting as much, I think. And Khabib's styles make matches. Khabib's style it's just kryptonite for him. The only time Khabib ever fought anybody that I thought was a good grappler was T-Bow, who was already old as hell. And you couldn't take the guy down. The guy took him down twice, and you arguably lost the fight. I mean, if you watch it, you don't think he lost the fight, then you should get a lobotomy. He lost that fight. Imagine if Khabib versus any wrestler, or fighting people his own size. Imagine him fighting, the guy's taller, but Leon Edwards is his size. Imagine him versus, he would never take Leon Edwards down. Leon Edwards would KO him in 2 minutes. And that's a fact, at least by the second round. As I mentioned before, Umar's fighting Sandhagen, and that's total crap. But let's look at Islam, how he got his title shot. Dan Hooker and Bobby Green. I mean, both guys, what is Green, top 25? Dan Hooker, I think, was top 10 before, but I mean, he's not a top 10 fighter, he's a top 20 guy. So it's a couple of top 20 guys. Great job, bud. Great job. You really deserve that. And, you know, he's like, well, I did fight a featherweight. You know, his stupid voice. Oh, I did fight a featherweight. But everybody, he was the greatest in the world. The best, a pound for pound. Dude, he's 5'6", and you're 6 foot tall. You're just bigger. You're on steroids. It's not a fair fight. And the second time, you know, they always fight on their terms. We're always going to be fighting. You know, I'm fighting for the belt in Abu Dhabi, even though I don't even have. I'm the challenger. You know, everything is in their favor. What are these Arabs doing? They're just blowing Dana. That fat bum Gaziev was main eventing a fight night with Rosenstruck. Didn't deserve it. He only had one UFC win. That's freaking pathetic. Magomedov got Strickland after one win. Why is it that everybody else has to, even Sean O'Malley, why does everybody else have to earn, you know, big fights and top 10 fights, top 5 fights and championship fights? Everybody else has to earn it. Even Conor McGregor, you know, who people actually want to watch. And I heard somebody say the other day that Khabib is more entertaining than Conor. I like wrestling, and I like Khabib, okay. He takes you down, he beats the shit out of you. But you don't tell me that he's more entertaining than Conor. The guy can barely speak. Praise be Allah. I mean, dude, that's another problem I have, and I'm just going to bring this up right now. They're terrible, you know, on social media, press conferences. They're trash. Islam doesn't even want to do the media. Like, bro, you're getting paid lots of money. Give something to the fans. Learn to speak a little bit. I mean, he's getting a little bit better in English. I don't want to bash Islam too much because his stand-up is getting better, and he's not as boring as guys like Uncle Live, who's only had one entertaining fight in his whole life that I've seen. But he do better in the press conferences, and instead of talking about Allah and Muhammad or whatever the hell, the Nation of Islam crap, try to entertain people. He's one time I chuckled almost. I mean, these other guys are out here like Sean Strickland entertaining us, and that's why we love them. And we don't like y'all because you don't do anything for the fans unless they're Muslim. And this is another thing. That's like what I was telling you before. It's the Muslim. We're Muslim. We're Muslim. Okay, stop beating me over the head with the crap. And like I was mentioning at the beginning, the thing, Ikram Aliskerov, who nobody cares about. I mean, yeah, he's primarily a striker, but somehow these Dagestanians make even striking boring. There's the one-eyed pirate jerk. I don't even know his name off the top of my head because I don't care. And he's a striker, but he barely won his fight against a bum by decision. And then the next thing they're going to throw him into a top 10 fight. It's got to stop. Make it fair and make it make sense. And Dana, stop hiring them. They don't care about the sport. They just want the money, it seems. They've been wrestling since they were born. That's all they know. That's all they're good at. They're idiots. So all they can do is fight. They're ruining the sport. And that's what this video is about. They're ruining the sport. And they just need to go to Bellator or PFL because I'm tired of them being on the main stage of MMA, the UFC. Alright, that's it. McDooley's out.